Hello, amazing artists! Today, we're diving into the colorful geometric world of one of the most famous artists of the 20th century, Piet Mondrian. Ever seen those paintings with bright red, blue, yellow squares and bold black lines? Well, that's Mondrian. But who was he and why is his art so important? Let's find out. Piet Mondrian was born in 1872 in the Netherlands. He grew up in a very creative environment. His father was a school headmaster and a drawing teacher, and his uncle was a painter. So, from a young age, Mondrian was surrounded by art, and he started to paint traditional Dutch landscapes like windmills, rivers, and trees. But here's the interesting part. Even though he started with landscapes, Mondrian always had a different vision. He wasn't just painting what he saw. He wanted to explore deeper meanings in his work. He believed art should go beyond what we see and express the underlying structures of reality. Pretty cool, right? In the early 1900s, Mondrian moved to Paris, the center of the art world at the time. He was influenced by Cubism, an art movement led by artists like Pablo Picasso, which broke down objects into geometric shapes. This was a turning point for Mondrian. He started to experiment with his style, moving away from realistic landscapes and toward abstraction. He began to focus on lines, shapes, and colors. He believed that these basic elements could be used to express the essence of things, rather than their outward appearance. By 1917, Mondrian co-founded the Style movement with other Dutch artists like Theo van Doesburg. The style means the style in Dutch, and it was all about simplicity and order. Mondrian believed that art should reflect a sense of harmony and balance, just like in nature. He began to focus on lines, shapes, and colors. He believed that these basic elements could be used to express the essence of things rather than their outward appearance. Let's understand this process as we look at Mondrian's painting of trees, where we can see an amazing transformation in his art. In his early works, Mondrian painted trees in a realistic way, capturing the details of the branches, leaves, and trunks just as they appear in nature. But as time went on, he started to simplify these forms. The trees became less about what they looked like in real life and more about the shapes and lines that made them up. Eventually, Mondrian's trees turned into pure abstractions, no longer recognizable as trees, but instead as patterns of lines and colors. This change shows how Mondrian moved from focusing on the outer appearance of things to exploring their deeper underlying structure. Isn't it mind-blowing? His paintings became more and more abstract, focusing on vertical and horizontal lines and using only primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, and the non-colors, black, white, and gray. These were his famous composition series, combinations of lines and rectangles that balanced color and form in a way that felt harmonious and calm. Mondrian's art style is known as neoplasticism, which sounds fancy, but is really about finding pure forms and colors. He was stripping down art to its most basic elements, lines, shapes, and primary colors. He wanted to create a universal beauty that everyone could understand and appreciate. And guess what? This style was revolutionary because he broke away from traditional art, and that's why Piet Mondrian is so important. He was a pioneer in abstract art, one of the first to push the boundaries of what art could be. As he said, abstract art is not the creation of another reality, but the true vision of reality. Mondrian's work challenged the traditional rules of art and opened up new possibilities for artists everywhere. His simple, geometric style has influenced countless areas: fashion, furniture, modern art, graphic design, architecture, and even pop culture. Just think about those patterns you see on t-shirts, bags, or even buildings. They are all inspired by Mondrian. His ideas help shape what we know now as minimalism. Toward the end of his life, Mondrian moved to New York City. He was inspired by the city's energy and rhythm, and his work began to reflect that. His famous painting, Broadway Boogie Woogie, captures the city's lively streets with small colored squares and lines, almost like a grid map. Mondrian passed away in 1944, but his influence is still felt today. He taught us that art can be anything. Simple lines, colors, and shapes can express as much emotion and meaning as a detailed portrait or landscape. Mondrian showed us that art is all around us, in the geometry of a city, the simplicity of a pattern, and even the primary colors of a traffic light. So next time you see a painting with bold lines and bright colors, or a building with a simple, clean design, remember Piet Mondrian. His quest for simplicity and balance has left a mark on the world in more ways than one. I hope you enjoyed learning about this incredible artist. Thanks for watching and keep creating. See you next time!